right, good evening, everyone. Welcome live from me on the Speaker Show. Okay, I'm very thrilled to be here tonight. Like you guys know, every Friday I'm always super excited to just want to be here with you guys. So I'm happy. And I hope each and every one of you as well, happy to be here with me on the show tonight. All right, so let's get started. I welcome every one of you on the Speaker Show. I'm the host, Nini Olafatai. Now, the Speaker Show, for some of you who are just joining us for the first time, the Speaker Show is a place of inspiration, motivation, where minds are being liberated through reasoning. So, if you're here, trust me, you're at the right place at the right time because there's so many things that we talk about. There's so many things that we do that, that's of benefit, that can be of benefit for you, yourself, your family, your friends, your loved ones. We inspire, we motivate, we educate, we teach you the necessary things that you need, in order for you to explore in life, to do great in life. Very importantly, because we believe that, one person can build a dream on their own. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, if you're visionary, you need right people around you. And this is why we have this platform, to give you the right place, for you to be comfortable. You can grow with us. And then, like I've always said, if you know anyone who is doing great things in their field, you can always write us on the Speaker Show. We'll be more than happy to, to invite them, bring them on the show as well. So, everyone can as well learn from their knowledge, from their experience. All right. So we're going to be getting into what we want to talk about tonight because I'm super excited. All right. So, but before I go into that, come, let's talk. Do you guys see what's going on in Canada now? Oh my goodness. It's so funny that as many people are planning to, to travel into Canada, to just want to be here, to exploit, to do all those things. And then it's the same time that we're seeing people that they're like, oh my goodness, I am tired of Canada. I just want to get out of here. So, that just ring a different bell in my ears because I'm like, it's funny how life is. When someone is like, they're at the peak, that's when some people are just starting. That's when some people are just like, you know what, this is something new for me. So, that just makes me see that, life is bigger than what we just think about it. Life is bigger than what we just expect of it, so which means that you got to think big. You got to think beyond what you just know. You just need to add more value, add more knowledge to yourself, to whatever that you know. All right. So my topic this evening that I'm super happy, super duper happy about is financial education. All right. So, and then I want to tell you something that, when we look at the history itself, I realized that since 2020, you know, the way the rich people continue to get rich is insane. And then the way the poor continue to become, more poor is insane since the COVID time, because that has changed so many things in history. So many things economically, politically. Like, think about it. So, and it is important that in this time that we have, in this area that we have right now, we get connected to education, especially financially. You need to know the value of your money. You need to know exactly why you are working the job that you work, the things that you're doing. You need to know the reason why you are doing those things. Because if you don't know and you just keep doing same thing over and over and over and over and over, then you realize that, you just keep working and you have nothing to show forth for it. And I will tell you that, in Canadian history, it has been that, 90% of people don't even know how to keep their money. 90% of people don't actually even know how to save their money. All they do is spend. And then if they save a little bit, then that's about it. And, they spend it, they use it to do something else. I want to tell you this evening, I just want you to sit down and relax with me because there's so many things that you're going to learn tonight. All right. So, and I'm going to be sharing very important things with us. So I just want you to, just be excited with be excited with me tonight, okay? So we can take this journey together. All right. So, but the first thing I want to talk about is when wealth is when we talk about the concentration of wealth, when it comes to the social mobility, which I think is one of the major focus. I realized that, like I said before, the rich continue to get rich and the poor continue to become poor, which is sad, but at the end of the day, it's just the reality. Their money keep accumulating because why? They are investing their money in the right place. They are putting their money where is bringing good return. And then, the poor are putting their money where they are not getting good return. Many people save their money in the bank. Okay, I don't have a problem with the bank. That I'm being honest. I don't have a problem with you putting your money in the bank. But the reality is that the percentage that goes in the bank, it's pretty low, especially for people who are listening to me in Canada. It's pretty low. So which means that you need to find a proper place, proper platform, that you can put your money, that it can actually grow for you. Education is important. Without education, you're just gonna keep roaming. And then I want you to understand something, that when it also comes to education about our finance, I realize that many people, when they want to do something, they just, they have these expectations that, get into whatever you want to do and then just get your money out real quick. And sometimes it doesn't work like that. You can have a business, I don't know, for the Nigerians, for the people that do yahoo yahoo, you do it quick, you get the money, right? But I'm talking about a legit way, you have to put in time, when it comes to investment, when it comes to you saving your money. Because I'll tell you that without a proper education, you're just going to keep working your 9 to 5. You're going to keep doing all the things that you're doing, and then you will just no results. No results. Because understand that education, it brings security for you. It enhances your knowledge. And then, it's not just very important. It's not just a dream that, I just want to save my money. I just want to do this. I want you to understand tonight that it is a priority and it is something that you need to prioritize in your life. Don't spend your money anyhow. Some people, they're still struggling. They're still working 9 to 5. And at the end of the day, you will see them, they're spending lavishly. They're spending so much money. And then at the end of the day, they wonder, they're like, okay, nothing is happening. And they jungle one thing or the other. They jungle one work, three jobs, And at the end of the day, nothing is piling up. Nothing is rounding up. Nothing is making any sense. Now, one thing that I want us to look at tonight is this. When we talk about the wealth, when we talk about the fastest way that, the rich people actually continue to get rich, the idea is behind all those things. Let's look at number one thing that I've always that actually jumped to me is actually, when we look at capital accumulation and investment return. Now, I want to tie this down to the middle class. And then what I want to say now is just for you to have a better knowledge so you can connect to what I'm telling you and why you need to prioritize your finance. Because if you don't do it now, you will realize that you'll be in your 50s, in your 60s, you're still struggling. You'll be wondering, like, how come things were working for me very well, and then suddenly things turn down. You'll be wondering. I understand that life is not balanced. It's a circle. It's a circle. It's good now. It goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. But you need to be able to balance it, and that is what the rich people do. They balance it because their money keep growing. Capital accumulation and investment return. Wealthy individual, they often own the asset, the stock market, real estate, businesses, that grows faster than just the regular wage. Now, one thing I want to say is this. What are you doing with your money? Some people don't even have any investment. Some people don't even have any, they have no idea about real estate. They don't even have any business. And some, they have business and they take it for granted. They don't take it very seriously, and they just say, oh, it's okay, I make money, I don't make money. Stop wasting your time. If it's not giving you a good profit, stop wasting your time. And if you see the potential in the business that you're doing, or in whatever that you're doing, you need to work hard. Give it more time, so it can give you that financial freedom that you need, so it can help you to build generational wealth. And I'll give you four things that will help you to build, four ways that you can actually build generational wealth in Canada. I'll tell you. And even just around the world itself, it doesn't even matter where you are. But, just four things that will help you to grow your finance. But before that, asset keep appreciating. The rich get richer simply, just by holding them down. Why others rely on, slower growing income from just regular labor workers, just your regular 9 to 5. These guys are thinking beyond, and that's what you need to do if you want to build this wealth. Another thing that I want to talk about before I talk about the 4 point that I want to give you. See, these guys, they accumulate, they make use of tax policy, in order to favor them. How many of you even understand the idea, the logic behind taxes? Many don't know. And these are the things that you need to figure out. Many countries have lower tax rates on capital gain than just a regular income, which benefit those who earn through investment. And that's one thing many people don't know. So if you think that, like, because when you file your tax in Canada, for example, yearly, and then they give you some money back, you think that's the best that you can get. Trust me, you are wasting your time, because that's not the best. You can do better. They know what they're doing. They're smart. So which means that you need to be smart when you're considering, like, generational wealth, like building wealth for yourself. You need to look at the taxes. It's very, very important. We're gonna have a time that, like, we're gonna talk about these things, the importance of tax, why you need to take the benefit, why you need to access the proper places that, the tax will benefit you. Many don't know. But if you don't explore, you can know. If you don't learn, you don't know. But I'll tell you, because of this lack of comfortability, being comfortable in one zone, in one local area, in one local place, you get comfortable and feel that, you've got the best. Trust me, you have nothing. You've got nothing. You need to enhance your knowledge. You need to deep. If you really want to build something sufficient for yourself, another thing that I want to talk about is this. Aside from the taxes, globalization and technological change. If you look at it now, the market has changed tremendously. And look at what Elon Musk is doing. And now even his business is falling down. People are not so crazy about the Cybertruck anymore. Even though there are some. I was watching something online the other day. And you just need to figure out a way that you can gain. Global market and automation, I'm telling you, they actually amplifies, I'm telling you, the earning of top executive and the tech. I'm telling you, why reducing the chicken change that they're giving to the middle class? They are building more. You need to learn all those things. You need to know all those things. Because if you don't know, there's no how you can build the wealth for yourself. There's no how you can learn if you don't know. And the only way that you can learn is for you to be at the right place at the right time. Financial education is very, 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 very important. So now back to the four things that I said I want to share with us, especially to the people who are in Canada, or even you can be anywhere. But the fourth thing that I want to tell you is this, okay? You need the first one, okay? You need to be a very, very good, like, what's it called? Like, you're any good as a doctor, okay? When you're any good from being a doctor, I'm not talking about nurse, okay? I'm not talking about, nurse don't get paid. They work hard, extra hours in order for them to get paid. to get good money. I'm not talking about that. Doctors don't do much. But I understand that everybody is not going to become a doctor, which is okay. There are other ways, there are other steps that you can do in order for you to build generational wealth. Okay, so you can make good money by doing those things. They will give you top of the list. Okay, by doing that. And then aside from being a professional, being a doctor, or maybe probably like, being a lawyer, even as a lawyer, they don't even really make much too. But those things can still get you there, with time. The second thing, which I think is one of the top notch of it all, is for you to get into financial industry. I don't know how you want to do it. I don't know how you want to learn it. But when you get into financial industry, you will learn a lot, and you will know how to keep your money and the right place that you can invest your money. I've seen many people, when they get into financial industry, they don't do well. Why? Because they are not even willing to learn. They are not willing to grow. They are not willing to learn the proper strategies that will help them. You need to be under someone who is good. They can actually coach you in order to make good money. These guys make good money. I'm telling you, they make good money. And you can become that. And with that, you can build generational wealth. Because when you keep making your money, and your money, you're making good money, and you're investing it properly, you're investing it at a good, like, in good places, good stock market, you can even invest in real estate. Like I said earlier on, when you are able to do these things, it will help you a long way. So get into financial industry. If you can't be a doctor, get into a financial industry. And if you can't do that, that's still okay. The third thing, own a business. Own a business. Like I said before, when you own a business, there's a way that you can work around the tax compared to a regular person that is just living on salary. Because salary, they take more tax from you. They give you little change back at the end of the year. Now, you can do better. Own a business that is profitable. Own a business that you can see it grow, that you can see it excel from where you are right now, to whatever plan, whatever vision you have for the business. You can make use of that. You can work on that. That's going to help you. Own a business. Don't work for someone. Don't, they say government job pays fantastic. It is true. But if you own a business and you do it right, you can make good money and still build something great for yourself. Okay? So, own a business, own a business, own a business. I can't emphasize that a lot. Don't get carried away with your 9 to 5. Do something. Look for something that you can do on the side. Ordinary people that, like, that fix hair stylists. They're making money. They're making good money when you are at the right place at the right time. You're wondering how they're gonna make money. Even stylists now, fashion designers, they're making good money. Make good clothes. You don't even need to say. You don't even need to do the advert. The clothes itself will sell it. The cloth will sell itself. It will. If you do it good and put the whole of you inside. So there are tons of businesses that you can do that, you don't even have to worry. You don't even have to stress at the end of the day. Do the work now, so you will relax later. I'm telling you, to what I've seen nowadays, okay, is that many people, when they're in their 50s, 60s, I'm telling you, 50s, 60s, they always have a problem financially, one way or the other. They always have problem financially, one way or the other. Now, look at the wealth. How many wealthy people have you seen in their 50, 60 struggle financially? You barely see, because they build with common sense, because they build correctly. Now, I'm not saying those people didn't build okay, but trust me, I feel that if they had known one thing or the other, in their 20s, 30s, 40s, that would have helped them to do greatly. I don't know, it might be bad, it might not be bad, you just never know. But the most important thing is that you're listening to me, it's not too late. It's not too early. You're just at the right time. I need you to take your finance very seriously. Don't take it for a joke. Invest in your kids. If you have children, invest in them. Do RRSP. I've talked about this 1,000 times. Many parents don't take this thing seriously. They just take money, and spend it anyhow. You need to think about the future. The future that you're thinking that is 10 years 10 years is far away. 15 years is far away. I bet you're gonna be sitting at that same place, and that 15 years is gonna come. And at the end of the day, nothing is gonna change in your life. Nothing is gonna happen in your life because you just refuse to do what is right. Don't spend the kids' money anyhow. Invest it. Take money out. Some of you go to you buy coffee all the time. You buy tea. You go to all these places, restaurant. Those money you can save them and invest them properly. And I noticed that there's one thing again, like when people invest because of their low maturity mind. So when they invest, they tell you that, oh, I need to get the return back, within a year. Or maybe I need to get the return back within 6 months. I need to make sure I get the return back in 3 months. The reality is that if you really want to invest your money, if you really, really want to invest your money, you got to be ready, to wait for it to grow. I say because of their low mindset, that's why they tell you that, oh, I need the money to grow right away. I want to be able to take out the money that you're just putting in. Let's say someone is putting in $100 every month, and then in 6 months you only put $600, and then you expect it to, like, the money to just accumulate $1,000 for you just like that. People have these wrong illusions in their mind, and this is why they lack financial education, because they don't know. I'm not saying there are not other ways that you can go around it, but I'm telling you that the legit way of doing things. Why do you think that they would tell you that, oh, Beyonce signed a contract of 1 year, 1%? This person signed a contract, for 2 years, for 3 years, they sign a deal, 1%, 5%, how come they didn't tell them, oh, they signed a contract for 3 months? Who does that? There's no accumulation in that. So let's be realistic, when we are talking about these things, when we are seeing these things, because just like I said, the lack of communication, the lack of financial education is the problem that a lot of people have. So I just want to encourage us tonight. Like, I just want to encourage us tonight that we can do better. We can do better with our finances. We can take them very seriously, very, very seriously. And the last thing that people also do is work 3 4 jobs, work 3 4 jobs in order for them to have a lot of money. But I'll tell you, that's not healthy, because when you work 3 4 jobs, 2 3 4 jobs, at the end of the day, you're killing the body. You're killing the body, but you pack all this investment, you pack all this money together, and then at the end of the day, there's nothing to show for because you're weak. Your body is weak. So I won't advise, because that's not the best way to go. Okay. So my advice is that you think smart and do things very smartly. Don't be like one of those people that just keep wasting their time, trading their time for money. I remember when I was young, when I was just a very young child. I can't remember what age, maybe 10, 12, I'm not sure, or maybe 9. I remember the first thing what my mom said to me was that, in your entire life, whatever you want to do, never allow money to work. No, never work for money, but rather let money works for you. I was such a young girl, but I held that at the back of my head so strongly that I still live in that till today. So I'm encouraging you that let your money work for you. Don't work so hard. Don't work so hard for the money, especially working wrongly for the money. So you can do great. There's so many things that you can do. And like I said, we're going to have another section that we can add, that will actually talk about, we'll break each step down, the kind of investment that you can do. We have photos here, and then we have a lot of people that they're actually they're into all these things that you can learn from, And like I said, and I think I forgot this to say to you also, in terms of business, or maybe working as well, Just do it smartly. You can get into IT. IT pays well. It pays well, this thing, but you just need to get, you need to equip yourself in order for you to do these things. You need to learn something. But the lazy people are not willing to do anything. People are not willing to study. People are not willing to learn something new, but they just want the money. See, this is why you need to think smart. See, this is why you need to know your environment, the environment that you have, how people are reasoning, like how people are thinking. You need to become conscious of it. It's so funny and very ridiculous how people just want the money to just come like that. We're just doing something little. It's crazy. When they say watch your environment, these are the things that you need to watch out for so you can think rightly. You can build. You have the power to build the generational wealth. You have the power. You're in this time, you're in this generation because there's something great inside of you. Because you can break history, you can break barriers, you can break boundaries, and you can go beyond any level that you wish to go. You can build your finance. You can build generational wealth for yourself, for your kids, for the kids to come. You can do that. I'm telling you, you have the power to do that. And I hope that, we all, that we do great, we do wonderful things, and then, the best is yet to come. Just work smartly, do the things, do it rightly so you can be able to get good results at the end of the day. Anyone can build generational wealth. That's one thing I want you to keep at the back of your mind. Anyone can build these things. Anyone can. All you have to do is just to see yourself doing it. Manifest it in your mind. When you manifest it, then you can bring it into reality. But what you don't put in your mind, that you don't think about, that you don't even dream about, there's no how you can manifest it. So I'm encouraging you this evening that do more for yourself. Don't be comfortable where you are. Don't be comfortable with your 9 to 5, because 9 to 5 will get you nowhere. It's just going to make you comfortable. It's just going to make you comfortable where you are. And that's it. Only if you choose to live a comfortable life, then that's your choice. But if you choose to be a dreamer, if you choose to be someone that want to do something great, then I'll tell you that you need to follow the necessary step. You need to be with the right people, sorry. Enhance your knowledge, grow, read, on things that will help you to get to where you need to be. Other than that, I just want to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you for being here with me tonight on the Speaker Show. I am super excited. I'm happy to be here. Especially I love money. So I love it when we talk about finance, because it is something that a lot of people just need to know because they lack knowledge of it. And because of that, they do things in a very poorly way. So, and the more education, the better the place. So I just want to say thank you so much for standing with me, for being with me tonight, for joining me live. You guys are amazing. You guys are phenomenal, and I wish to see you guys do great. All my dedicated fans, I wish to see you guys do great and explore wonderful things, in your life. All right. So for everyone who is just joining us, I want to tell you that, please, please, please don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to click on the notification button, please. When you do that, it encourages us to want to do more. So please click on it, share with your loved ones, share with your friends and family. Let us have a good time, and yeah, talk about the Speaker Show with someone. Please don't keep it to yourself. Talk about it, share it to your loved ones. Thank you. And with that being said, I just want to say have a very wonderful evening. It's so beautiful, to be here. So thank you and have a good night. And I remain your host, your one and only Nini Olafatai. Thank you. And then I'll see you next week.